Let's see if we can get you in the shot. Oh, the puppies! I just hit my head. Oh. That was a wee bit painful. Hey there guys, this is Samantha, and today I'm coming at you with my August wrap up and September TBR, and let's begin. First of all, let me say that there was the booktubeathon at the beginning of the month, so I'm just going to show you like the big hunk that I read in that week and then link you to my booktubeathon wrap up if you guys would like to hear more about my thoughts on those books. So for the first of the month I read Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgol, The Dark Divine by Brie Despain, A Child Called It by Dave Peltzer, The Power of Meditation by Edward Viljoen, The First Spiderwick Chronicles by Tony DeLisi and Holly Black, How I Live Now by Meg Rosoff, and the first volume of Death Note by Tsugumi Oba and Takashi Obata. And then for the rest of the month, these are the books that I have finished. I completed the Percy Jackson series, the last 3 books in the series, and I absolutely loved them. I loved them way more than I loved them the first time around. I actually didn't really like them too much the first time around, but then I loved them. I think I gave them a 4 out of 5 stars. One of the other books that I read this month was The Truth About Witchcraft Today by Scott Cunningham, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it. It was informative. There were a few things that I wasn't a huge fan of because he kept referencing Christianity to basically everything. I really didn't need you to compare this religion to Christianity. I really didn't need it. I understand it's a completely different religion and all of that. You could have just said it once about how a lot of things from Christianity are from Wiccan and all of that good stuff, but he kept repeating it throughout the book and it just was very repetitive and just mildly irritated me a little bit. The next book that I read this month was Book of Shadows by Kate Tiernan, and this was not the actual copy that I read. I read the traveling book that started out with Brunette Bibliophile? I think that's who started it out. This is actually my copy of the book, but I read this and I give it 3 stars. I think I mentioned that already. Next book that I finished this month is Poison Princess by Cressley Cole, and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I honestly thought there was just way too much going on with this book. I didn't really start to like this book towards the end, and I don't know, just the relationship in this book just irked me to no end. I couldn't stand it at all. I think I just bit a little bit. That was a little weird. But I just couldn't stand the relationship at all in this book. And I liked the book, but I'm kind of trying to figure out if I want to finish the rest of the series. Next book that I read this month is The Duff, Designated Ugly Fat Friend by Cody Keplinger, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a cute book. Not at all was what I was expecting. I don't know why, but when I saw the movie previews, I haven't actually watched the movie itself, just the previews, and I thought it was gonna be like she befriends this guy who just kind of tries to show her how to be more like, not attractive, but more like more desirable towards men or something like that, and about the story with that. But it was just a romantic book. It was good, wasn't amazing, but 4 out of 5 stars. Yes. And the last book that I finished last month / this month, because I finished it on the 1st, is The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth, and this book took me forever to read. I'm not gonna lie. Don't know why, but it took me like an entire week to read, which is a fairly long time for me. But I give this 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it. I wasn't in love with it. It was a good book. I got lost in it, but I wish they would have gone a little bit farther with the ending, because the ending wasn't abrupt or anything like that. I knew it was coming, but it was just, I wish I would have known about what happened after, and just an epilogue would be wonderful. Why do no authors ever do epilogues? It literally irks me to no end that there are no epilogues in like anything. But yes, this was actually a pretty decent book. It wasn't the most amazing book I've ever read, but it was a good book. I'm glad I read it. Yes. And surprise, surprise, I didn't read P.S. I Love You again. Don't know if this is ever going to get read, to be quite honest. But, yes, I don't know if this is ever going to get read. So on to the books that I'm going to be reading this month. So I'm just going to go right into the books that people picked out for me, basically, and let's begin. The first person who gave me a number is Music Bookaholic, and their numbers were 416, and that ended up being Stardust by Neil Gaiman. And I've actually already started it. I'm like a good 1/3 of the way done with it, and I'm liking it so far. Thought it was going to be just straight up fairy tale. There's some cussing and whatnot in it. Was not expecting that. The next numbers that I got were from Jess S, and her numbers were 619, and the book that she ended up getting for me is Full Metal Alchemist, and that is by Hiromu Arakawa. I'm so bad with names. But yes, I'm really excited to read this. It's going to be fast. So hopefully I really like this, which means that maybe if I really like it, then I'll definitely be watching the TV show, because I remember I really wanted to watch this when I was younger, but it was always on way too late because this was in high school and I always went to bed super early. I still do. I get made fun of a lot because I go to bed so early. And Bree's book picked out 315, and for that one it was Hidden Girl by Shaima Hall, and this is actually a true story about a girl who was sold off into slavery. Yeah, and her parents sold her off into domestic slavery, and I don't remember where I picked this up, but I am really excited to read this. I've been meaning to pick this up for the longest time, and I'm glad that this was finally picked out. And the last numbers that were picked out for me was by Lala Cartoons, and what were the numbers? 816 were the numbers, and then the book that one was for was The Exceptions by David Cristofano. And this one, I don't remember what this book is about. It's about the Bavaro family, and they're part of a organized crime, and this guy has to kill this woman, the woman that can lock up his father, and he finds he can't kill her. So that looks like what this book is about. So it's probably going to be a love story. Yep. And then he's going to try and protect her because he loves her. Yep. Going to be a love story. But those are the only books that were picked out for me last month that I'm aware of. But I also have one other book that I plan on reading this month, and that is the third book in the Salem's Vengeance trilogy by Aaron Galvin. He sent me the art to it, and I can't remember the title of it. It's Salem something, but can't wait, I think I have it. I have my phone over here. That almost ended badly. Salem's Legacy. That is the book that I plan on reading also this month. So yes, I actually don't have a very large stack to read this month. I don't have that book with me, but I'm gonna pretend like it's here. But yes, this is my stack of books that I have to read this month, plus an imaginary ebook right here. But yes, I don't have a very large book selection to read, but this one's actually a honker, so I might actually make this last all month, so yeah. But yes, that is all I have to share with you guys today. If you guys would like to pick out a book for me, then leave some numbers down below. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves that you can pick from, so your first number would have to be 1 through 5, and the second number is basically anywhere between 1 and 40-ish. So yes, anywhere between those numbers. But yes, go ahead and leave a number if you guys would like to pick out my book for me. So that is all I have to talk to you about today. I hope you enjoyed watching, because I sure as hell love talking. I will see you guys next time.